No one warned you. Not your parents. Not your teachers. Not even your closest friends. Because if they told you the truth early, you would never obey. You would never settle. And you would never live a normal life. This is not motivation. This is not inspiration. This is silent reality. Story begins. You wake up every morning thinking you are free. Free to choose. Free to dream. Free to become something big one day. But what if I told you? Your life was decided long before you understood words. Not by fate, not by God, but by a system so silent, so normal, that you mistake it for life itself. From the day you were born, you were trained, not educated, trained to sit quietly, trained to follow instructions, trained to wait for permission, and the most dangerous part, you were praised for it. The first programming. As a child, you asked questions. Why? How? What if? Slowly, those questions became annoying. You were told, don't argue. That's just how life is. Be realistic. And each time you accepted those answers, a part of your mind went silent, not dead, just asleep. The comfort trap. They didn't trap you with chains. They trapped you with comfort, a stable routine, a predictable future, a life where risk is called danger, and obedience is called responsibility. You were taught to fear uncertainty. But no one warned you about the danger of certainty, because certainty keeps you small. The biggest lie ever told. The lie was simple. If you work hard and stay patient, life will reward you. But look around. Hardworking people are exhausted. Patient people are forgotten. And the rewards? They go to those who understand the game, not those who follow the rules. This truth hurts, because it means effort alone was never enough. The moment everything changes. One day, something strange happens. You realize you're busy but not fulfilled, motivated but not moving, informed but not free. And that's when the silent question appears. What if everything I was taught was incomplete? That question is dangerous, because once you ask it, you can never return to ignorance. Truth is not scary because it is dark. Truth is scary because it takes responsibility away from your excuses. That's why most people don't reject lies. They reject the truth that exposes them. Welcome back to Silent Reality. The strange thing about the human mind. Have you ever noticed something strange? People say they want truth. They say they want honesty. They say they want real talk. But the moment truth challenges their comfort, they become angry, defensive, or silent. Why? Because the human mind does not love truth. It loves safety. And safety is often built on lies, the brain's hidden priority. Your brain has one main job. Not happiness, not success, not growth. Its main job is survival. And survival doesn't require truth. It requires predictability. Truth brings uncertainty. Lies bring comfort. That's why the brain protects old beliefs, even when those beliefs are destroying your life. The comfort wall. Over time, people build something invisible around their mind. A wall made of routines, habits, opinions, excuses, and borrowed beliefs. This wall feels safe. Inside it, you know who you are. Outside it, everything is unknown. Truth lives outside this wall, and the mind hates that. Why people get offended by truth? When you speak a hard truth, people don't hear your words. They hear a threat to their identity, a reminder of their inaction, a mirror showing their fear. That's why truth feels like an attack, not because it's cruel, but because it's honest. The group illusion. Here's another silent reality. Most people don't think independently. They think collectively. They borrow beliefs from family, friends, society, social media, and once a belief is shared by a group, questioning it becomes dangerous. Why? Because being wrong alone hurts less than being right and rejected. Why standing alone feels painful. The brain is wired for belonging. Thousands of years ago, being alone meant death. So even today, your mind asks, will this truth make me alone? If the answer feels like yes, the brain shuts it down. That's why most people choose accepted lies over lonely truth. The cycle of denial. Here's how denial works. A truth appears. It creates discomfort. The mind looks for justification. An excuse is found. Comfort returns. This happens so fast that people don't even notice. And slowly, denial becomes a lifestyle. The mirror effect. Truth acts like a mirror. It doesn't judge. It doesn't insult. It just reflects, and many people don't like what they see. So instead of changing themselves, they break the mirror. Why smart people also avoid truth. This might shock you. Even intelligent people avoid truth, because intelligence does not remove fear. It only creates better excuses. Smart people are very good at explaining why they can't change, justifying why now is not the right time, defending their comfort with logic. But deep inside, fear still controls them. The identity trap. Over time, people confuse beliefs with identity. They don't say, I believe this. They say, I am this. So when truth questions the belief, it feels like an attack on who they are. And the mind will protect identity at all costs, even if it costs growth. The silent agreement. There is an unspoken agreement in society. I won't challenge your illusions if you don't challenge mine. That's why people avoid deep conversations. Uncomfortable topics are labeled negative. Truth-tellers are called toxic. Silence becomes social currency. Why silence is rewarded. People who stay quiet, fit in, avoid conflict, feel safe. People who speak truth, get isolated, misunderstood, attacked. So most people learn. It's safer to stay silent. And slowly, they disappear inside their own life. The moment you start seeing clearly. Then something happens. Maybe a failure, a loss, a moment of deep loneliness. And suddenly, comfort stops working. The lies feel heavy. The routines feel empty. And truth doesn't feel scary anymore. It feels necessary. The painful awakening phase. This is the phase nobody talks about. When you start seeing truth, you feel disconnected. Old conversations feel shallow. People around you feel asleep. You're not better than them. You're just awake. And awakening is lonely. Why you can't unsee truth. Once truth enters awareness, it cannot be forgotten. You may ignore it. You may delay it. But it stays. Like background noise. You can never turn off. That's why awakening is irreversible. The price of truth. Truth does not promise comfort. Truth promises clarity. And clarity demands responsibility. No one to blame. No one to hide behind. Just you. And the choices you avoided. That's the real reason people fear truth. You are free. Or so you think. Every morning you wake up. You get dressed. You go to work. You scroll your phone. You sleep. And yet, you feel trapped. You are not trapped by walls. You are trapped by invisible chains. Chains made of time, money, habits, and silent fears. Welcome to the prison they never told you existed. The most dangerous trap. This is not a prison you can see. No guards, no bars, no locked doors. And that is why it is perfect. You are trapped by your own life choices. By routines you call normal. By fears you call caution. And most terrifying. You defend it yourself. A time, the silent cage. Look around. People say, I don't have time. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start next week. Do you see the pattern? Time itself is your invisible jailer. Every moment you waste in comfort, you hand over another brick of your freedom. And the system thanks you silently. Money, the master key you never had. Now add money to the cage. It's not just about poverty. It's about control. Jobs, bills, debts, subscriptions. Every financial obligation is another chain. Even rich people are trapped. Because wealth often comes with new invisible rules, more expectations and hidden pressures. You think you are free. You are not. Money controls your time, your attention, your choices, your life, habits, the bars you built yourself. Then there are habits. Not good habits, but automatic habits. Waking up late, endless scrolling, waiting for permission, seeking comfort over growth. Each habit feels small, harmless, natural, but stacked over years, they become bars of a cage. And the terrifying thing? You built them yourself. Social approval, invisible guard dogs. Humans are social creatures. From childhood, you learned. Don't upset others. Fit in. Be liked. Now, everyone you know is an invisible guard. A single question. What if they don't approve? Keeps you trapped. You never leave the cage. Because leaving means risking rejection. The mind's role, prison warden. And here's the cruelest truth. Your mind is the warden. It whispers, you can't do it. It's too late. Stick to safety. Every fear, every doubt, every hesitation, it's not reality. It's the mind protecting its comfort. And the scary part? It feels like your own voice, the illusion of choice. Look at your life. You feel like you are making choices, but most are illusionary. Choosing between Netflix or YouTube? Safe. Choosing the same 9-5 job? Safe. Choosing habits you know are bad? Safe. Freedom is not in comfort. Freedom is in the courage to risk the safe. And that is exactly why the cage feels invisible. The trap of comparison. Then comes the social mirror, comparison. People compare. Careers, money, lifestyle, friends, achievements. And instead of inspiring you, it locks you further. I'm behind. I'll never catch up. I'll never be enough. Your cage is now reinforced with guilt and anxiety at the moment you realize. One day you notice, your time is gone, your energy is gone, your potential is gone. And yet, you did not notice while living inside. This is the invisible prison. And here is the hardest part. Most people will spend their entire lives inside it without realizing it. Silent reality, the choice. You can stay in comfort. You can obey the invisible rules. You can defend your cage. Or you can wake up. The first step is always seeing the chains for what they are. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. You have been asleep your entire life, not physically but mentally. Every routine, every habit, every fear, it has been a lullaby. And suddenly, something snaps. A thought, a moment, a failure, a loss, and you wake up. This is silent reality. The painful awareness. Awakening is not comfortable. Old friends feel shallow. Conversations seem meaningless. Life suddenly feels too long or too empty. Your past choices feel like mistakes. And worst of all, you realize no one warned you. No one explained the chains. No one showed you the cage, the mirror you cannot avoid. Now everything becomes clear. Your comfort was killing you. Your fear was controlling you. Your obedience was enslaving you. The world doesn't change. You do. And here's the cruel truth. Change is lonely because most people cannot follow you. The loneliness of clarity. Suddenly you notice people defend mediocrity. People justify excuses. People attack anyone who challenges their comfort. You may try to explain, but the truth will feel threatening to them. And yet, you cannot ignore it. You cannot go back. You cannot unsee reality. The psychological price. Awakening demands a price. Isolation, you will feel separate from those still asleep. Discomfort, habits that were easy now feel suffocating. Responsibility, every choice becomes yours. No excuses, no blame. Most people stop here. They reject clarity because it hurts too much. They settle back into the invisible prison, the inner storm. Inside, a storm begins. Anger at wasted years, confusion about what to do next, fear of judgment and failure. And yet, this storm is a signal. It is the awakening engine, because chaos precedes growth, the first steps toward freedom. Awakening is not a single event. It is a process. Step 1, recognize the cage. Step 2, identify what you can control. Step 3, break one small chain every day. Step 4, accept the loneliness. Step 5, observe silently, act deliberately. Every small act of awareness chips away the invisible prison. The dangerous truth. Here's what most people never admit. Awakening is scary. It will challenge everything you know. People will call you crazy, reckless, or arrogant. You will feel lost more than ever. But this is the only path to true freedom, the vision beyond awakening. Imagine a life where you make decisions consciously. You are not guided by fear or habit. Money, time, and comfort serve you, not the other way around. Relationships are chosen, not defaulted. Growth is your new normal. This is the reality waiting beyond the cage. And it is worth the pain of awakening. Silent reality moment. You begin to see patterns. People are predictable. Society rewards compliance, punishes awareness. Your mind is your greatest ally or your worst jailer. The awakened mind is a double-edged sword, the choice that changes everything. Now you stand at the crossroad. Return to comfort, pretend nothing changed, or step fully into awareness, risk everything, and rebuild life deliberately. The choice is yours. And the truth is, once you see it, you cannot ignore it. Most people never reach this point. Not because it's impossible, because it's uncomfortable, because freedom demands courage. If you're still listening, you are ready to step beyond the invisible prison. Welcome to silent reality, the final awakening. Step 1, recognize your chains. By now, you know the invisible prison exists. Time controls you. Money traps you. Habits enslave you. Fear guides you. Approval dictates you. Most people live and die within it. Freedom begins with seeing these chains for what they are. Step 2. Accept responsibility. Truth is simple. No one can free you but you. Stop blaming society. Stop blaming your past. Stop waiting for permission. Every action, thought, and decision now matters. Every delay is another brick in your cage. Responsibility is scary, but it is the price of awakening. Step 3. Break one chain at a time. Freedom does not come all at once. Replace one habit. Cut one toxic relationship. Remove one fear. Reclaim 1 hour. Small steps build momentum. And momentum destroys invisible walls faster than brute force ever could. Step 4. Embrace discomfort. The cage is comfortable. Freedom is uncomfortable. Every choice to act consciously will feel strange. Every break from the herd will feel isolating. Every truth you speak may attract resistance. That is the sign that you are moving forward. Step 5. Redefine success. Society measures success by money, status, approval. You now measure success by awareness, clarity, freedom, growth, inner strength. Your value is no longer borrowed from others. It is created by you, silently, deliberately. At step 6, build a life deliberately. Now that chains are recognized and broken, design your life like an artist. Time as your servant, money as your tool, mind as your ally, relationships as chosen connections, growth as your constant companion. Freedom is not the absence of work. Freedom is the control of life on your terms. Step 7, the ultimate silent reality. Here is the truth most will never face. Freedom feels lonely at first. People will resist your awareness. Comfort will whisper seductively. Fear will tempt you to quit. And yet, this is the only path that leads to real power, clarity, and meaning. Once you embrace it, your choices become deliberate. Your mind becomes sharp. Your life becomes alive. You are no longer asleep. You are awake. A final cliffhanger, psychological hook. Even now, the story is not over. Because silent reality is not a series, it's a mindset. Every day you will encounter hidden rules, social pressure, subtle lies, your own fears. And every day you have a choice. Return to comfort, or live deliberately, awake, free. Most will choose comfort. You now have the chance to choose truth, power, and freedom. This is silent reality.